My name is Jason Benet. Today we have a very special guest.
I wanted to be different. I wanted to be something more than just a gross out horror film.
It was required by your contract that you had to deliver nudity and violence.
Wow, that really looks gross. Like, it's real.
We were actually in the cave, so there weren't any crocodiles there. The water was freezing. We didn't actually swim in them.
You know, I was scared, but I really liked the rush of it.
I'm a huge Dario Argento fan. I would happily have a giallo night.
The Thing and The Stuff. It sounds like I'm just saying gibberish, but those are names of movies.
The horror genre always evolves into something you're not expecting.
Why are we going here if everyone's died in this house?
I was actually scared as we were running through it.
Most of these guys who play really horrible characters are such sweet guys.
Part of this ongoing cult.
Anytime there's something spooky to be seen or heard or read, I'm there.
Horror has always felt like home to me.
Benet's Bloody Bits.
Welcome to Triple B. My name is Jason Benet. Today I'm doing my October Vinegar Syndrome subscription package. This box is bigger than normal, but not for the reasons you think. It's more than just movies. Right. Let's start at the top and work my way down. Dario Argento's Sleepless, late era giallo from Dario. Not his best work. This is not Deep Red, Tenebrae, but it's better than the last release Vinegar Syndrome put out from him, The Card Player. So there's the original artwork. Yeah, it's been years since I watched this. Don't remember loving it, don't remember hating it, kind of like mid, but Sleepless from Dario Argento. 1970s, Rubin. Never seen it. I've always wanted to see it. Now I own it on Blu-ray. Actually, on 4K and Blu-ray. Always have a soft spot for 70s horror. And Sleepless is also 4K and Blu-ray combo. And now we're going to go into Troma. Tromeo and Juliet. Kind of the early days of James Gunn. Long before Marvel and DC. The pretty cool artwork. Kind of gonzo crazy. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not the biggest Troma fan for their original productions. I'm more interested in the films that they kind of acquire along the way. This better be better than Sergeant Kabukiman. I think it will be. I'm not sure if I'm going to love it, but now I own it. The Man Who Could Cheat Death. In a box, not necessarily a slip cover, but a split cover. There's a booklet. And let's look at the film. Retro, lush artwork. Always a fan of that. So those were the main line releases. Now what happened was probably this 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, Vinegar Syndrome did like an April Fool's joke. You paid a certain amount of money, you would find out down the line what it was going to be. The first year was a lenticular slipcover for The Invisible Maniac. The following year was an alternate art cover for the slasher film Fatal Games. And then last year was an actual Blu-ray for Side Roads, where it was a white slipcover, and they gave you crayons because so many people bitch about slipcover art. They're like, make your own. So the hint this year was this Frisbee with the blades, with the head chopped off. So a lot of people just assumed it's got to be Master of the Flying Guillotine. But there's no way they're going to make that a secret title where they're only going to move so many copies. That's something you put out for everybody to buy. But I learned from not doing Invisible Maniac just to go for it. So, okay, we got a Frisbee. What could it be? How about a double feature? Rick Sloan, the director of the Vice Academy films and Hobgoblins 1 and 2. Babe Watch. And they have incorporated up here, you can't really see, the Frisbee into the slipcover. So Babe Watch and Good Girls Don't. And actually, these are two of his better films. They're better than the Vice Academy series. Kind of like staples of USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. So for people that have FOMO, it's, yeah, you probably should have grabbed this one, but you didn't. And this is probably the best of the April Fool's surprises. And the Frisbee, when I was in college, many, many years ago, I was in a fraternity and we played Frisbee football, ultimate Frisbee. I would take this to the park and chuck this around and have a good time with this. So this was made for me. Now we're going to go to the adult film side, Mescaline. The Fireworks Woman. A movie maybe a lot of people haven't heard of. But forget the pseudonym when you see who it's directed by in the film. This was made by Wes Craven. Yes, the director of Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street. People's Theater, Vampire in Brooklyn. Been hearing about this for years, so yeah. And it kind of makes sense. Wes in the 70s with Last House on the Left, The Hills Have Eyes, kind of was, a dirtier side of Wes Craven. So The Fireworks Woman, directed by Wes frickin' Craven. And another person with the genre background in horror, William Lustig. Maniac Cop series, Maniac, Vigilante, Relentless. This is the double feature of his. The Violation of Claudia and Hot Honey. So you get where Vinegar Syndrome's going with this marketing. It's October. They're adult films, but they're with filmmakers who really got their name in horror films. So they went from adult to horror or horror to adult, back and forth. So very cool, very smart. And the last one, Inside Jennifer Wells. You have to cover up that art. So yeah, a lot of good stuff hitting all different genres, horror, adult, comedy. But I will kind of put the spotlight on this Babe Watch. Good Girls Don't. And I'm so easily amused with the Frisbee. And it's not some small, cheap one that you would get from like Kmart. So it's there's a lot for me to consume. It's going to take me a while to get to these films. They came late today as I'm recording this. Is October 27th. So not going to get most of these in before Halloween, but I'm happy to have them. November 1st is Saturday, so we're like 5-6 days away. Vinegar Syndrome is going to give a good amount of what's coming for Black Friday. So I'll record a video for that, but thank you guys for watching. Stay scared and talk to you soon.